And that was Stefflon done there with Hurting Me. You're listening to me, Afua, Adom, on the Metropolitan Mix on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. Addis and Daniela, Daniela. Don't know what happened there. Are still in the studio with me. Hi, guys.
Oh,
how are you?
Espanol.
I don't know. That just came out.
Hola.
It was nice. It was nice.
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Good. Right. So, to the top news story of the day, getting away from Black Panther and onto things a bit more serious, unfortunately. Now, this is survivors of the Florida school shooting that left 17 people dead have travelled to the state capitol to press lawmakers to take more action on gun control. So, it's about 100 students arrived in Tallahassee hours before the state legislature, rejected a ban on assault rifles like the one used in the attack. Now, they're due to stage a rally at the State House later and meet lawmakers and people like that. So this is the first organised protest of the youth-led anti-gun movement that has swept the US since the attack. So last night, or sometime yesterday, Donald Trump said that he was going to push to ban modified weapons. So that was machine guns like the A-15 that was used that are, or shotguns that are modified to become machine guns, so they can
fire.
Rapid fire. That was the word I was looking for. So that's been rejected by lawmakers, which is a ridiculous move at this point. But it feels like more than ever there's a bit of a sea change when it's coming to gun control, when it's coming to people thinking that actually, you know what, this might not be a good idea, that the Fifth Amendment or the right to bear arms was relevant in the 1700s, but now it's not working.
Mm-hmm. This is a difficult one in the sense that the people in power I don't want to incriminate anyone or be slanderous and say certain politicians agree with the lobbies of the guns crew because they're being paid by them. And there's facts and evidence to prove this. There's also facts and evidence to prove that anytime there's an issue with gun crime, the rate of gun sellage goes higher. So it's in their interest to have certain things like this happen. This is admirable for the kids going forwards, but nothing. I don't think anything's going to change. The wonderful BS speech, if you heard the speech for the lady,
yes,
I thought that was very powerful and moving, but I guarantee nothing will change.
I feel like things only attempt to be done just because we hear about it in the news. It's not because they're fighting for a change or they want to see this go down. It's just because it has to happen now because everyone can see it. Sorry.
These mass shootings have been occurring for I think over 20 odd years now.
And this is the thing, is I read a statistic last week when this happened. It said there's been 18 school shootings in America this year alone.
2 a week.
And we're only 45 days in.
2 a week.
That is horrendous.
18.
Whereas us in the UK, since Dunblane, and there was a ban on the selling of shotguns or guns of that type, there's never been a school shooting since Dunblane. And it seems to be the US population is something like 6% of the world, but they have 31% of the world's guns. But it doesn't make sense. But because of this, the Fifth Amendment and the right to bear arms, is that people feel that because other people are armed, they must also be armed. And it goes round and round. It's a vicious cycle. But at some point, somebody has to put their foot down and say, this doesn't work. But like George so rightly pointed out, the NRA own so much of the Republican Party that it's not in their interest to amend the Fifth Amendment, and the NRA prop up the government, which is why Obama had so many problems and couldn't reform gun control because he was a Democrat and the Republicans were in power and they are backed by the NRA.
Exactly, 100% now. So it's all good. The laws they're going to try and put in place probably won't ever be. Well, they
won't be of use.
They won't be. Even right now, I forgot his name.
Donald.
Yes.
Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump's trying to put that forward, but it's going to it'll be battered aside. And they'll be like,
well, it has already been. They've said no.
So, yes, I mean, it's been battered aside. And you get people saying, oh, we'll just get more background checks. Oh, it's not an issue with guns. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah, I hate that,
And the fact is, they'll either put it on mental health issues or terrorists. The fact is, if you don't have any guns available to shoot people with, you're not going to shoot anyone with these guns.
I do agree that there is an element of there needs to be more mental health, procedures in schools for the student, but at the end of the day, if he had a knife or had a handgun, if he wanted to go out and hurt someone and didn't have this rapid fire gun, he wouldn't have killed as many people. So yes, it is about mental health, but it's more about guns.
It's 100% guns, and you'll get American who'll stand there and say, "Oh, what should have happened? The people in school should have had gun training, and they should have shot the bad guy. Only bad guys, a problem here." It's not. I mean, Australia had one massive gun crime. They banned all guns, and they've not had any issues for about 18, 16 years. So, and if you look at Canada, exactly, they have the same amount of guns as America, and I think they do less. I don't think you've ever heard of a school shooting in Canada because their laws are so strict. Same with us; our laws are fairly strict. It's a sad time, but when I hear people say, "Oh, our prayers and thoughts," I just think it's a cop out. You don't care about people. You don't care about the people being murdered and shot, but yet you're happy to look at Syria to complain about what's going on there, human rights there, when you're not looking at your own country, figuring out why are these children dying. It's pointless. It's all preventable, but they don't want to because they're making money out of it.
And I was just gonna say as well, when you said the whole thing about guns don't kill people, people kill people. I read something, and this guy was like, the primary function of a car is to transport a passenger from one location to another. The primary function of a gun is to make something stop being alive.
What a wow.
So it's like,
hey, auntie, you're gonna make me start crying. Hey.
But it's true, because guns don't power themselves. But true. I get what they're saying. Guns don't power themselves.
No,
okay,
of course not.
But the gun has a sole purpose.
Yeah.
The gun has a sole purpose, so I don't understand how you can say... It's like saying, oh, people don't kill people, but bananas do, or whatever the thing is. Do you know what I mean? It's just stupid. I hear what you're saying. But
I think this is going to be... They'll do their protest, they'll talk about it, and it will just fade out like every other protest that's occurred.
The thing is, this is only going to be as long as the news cycle is, isn't it?
100%.
And once the news cycle is over, that's it.
We'll go into the next school that gets shot up.
I
guarantee. I think there's been another school that's been shot.
I can't believe it's been 18.
In 45, 50 days.
2 a week.
18.
About 2 a week.
It's ridiculous. And from one spate of violence to another, sadly. So 2 men have been stabbed to death within the space of 2 hours in Camden, North London. So one victim was believed to be in his late teens. He died in Bartholomew Road after he was stabbed at about 8:30 on Tuesday. And then police were called to Maiden Road soon after 10:10, following reports of a disturbance where they saw a man with serious knife injuries. So the police are trying to decide or identify if the killings are linked. Now, there has been talks about knife crime rising in London over 2017 and into 2018. 16 people have been stabbed to death since the start of 2018, and 5 of those have been teenagers. And the one on Tuesday afternoon shocked me because that was on Kilburn High Road. It was 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's mad.
And it seems... That's another thing. What can we do?
Don't stay out too late, because you never know what can happen. That's when school children are just leaving school.
Yeah, but
3:30 in the afternoon. It's really shocking, and it's again, what can we do? What can we do to stop this? And it seems to be, when it comes to London, Metropolitan Police need to step up their patrols, and there needs to be more amnesty on knives, I think. Anyway,
what did Scotland do?
That's a really good point. And I lived somewhere that was a stab capital of the UK, and they stepped up amnesties, and there's more police controls, and managed to stop it. But that was great rounding up the news with you guys, and we've got the news coming up at 12 o'clock.
ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. More news.
From the Sky News Centre at midday, 2 victims of black cab rapist John Moore Boyce have won their claim for compensation from police. The Supreme Court has ruled Scotland Yard failed to carry out an effective investigation into the serial sex attacker after they were attacked. Dabnalina D'Agusta is a lawyer at the human rights organisation Liberty.
At the time, the Home